surrounded by a system that does not share your values. Your workplace, your city, your culture, none of it was built with your faith in mind. The pressure is real, the compromises are subtle, and somewhere along the way, a question has started forming in the back of your mind. Can I stay in this environment and still stay who I am? Can I advance, influence, and succeed in a world that does not operate by the principles I believe in without becoming it? That question is not new. A young man named Daniel was asking it over 2,000 years ago, except his version was not a difficult workplace. His version was Babylon, the most powerful, the most godless, and the most sophisticated empire the ancient world had ever produced. He did not choose to go there, he was taken. And once he arrived, the system immediately began working to reshape him. His name, his diet, his education, his identity, everything about the Babylonian machine was designed to produce Babylonians. Daniel came out the other side ruling it, not by fighting the system from the outside, not by withdrawing into religious isolation, but by carrying something inside him that no empire, no pressure, and no decree could reach. Today I want to walk you through 5 wisdom principles Daniel lived by, principles buried in the book that bears his name, that show you exactly how a person of genuine faith navigates, endures, and ultimately shapes a world that was never built for them. Principle 1. Settle your convictions before the pressure arrives. Daniel 1 verse 8 says, Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the king's food or with the wine that he drank. Notice the language. He purposed in his heart before the food arrived, before the test came, before anyone asked him to compromise. Daniel had already decided. The decision was not made in the moment of pressure. It was made in the quiet before the pressure showed up. This is the first and most critical wisdom principle in Daniel's life. Most believers try to figure out where their line is when they are already standing at it. By then, it is too late. The pressure of the moment clouds the clarity of the conviction. Daniel's wisdom was that he drew the line in advance, in his heart, before Babylon had a chance to negotiate with him. If you do not know what you will not do before the moment arrives, you will find yourself doing it while telling yourself it is just this once. Principle 2. Excellence is your most powerful testimony. Daniel 1 verse 17 to 20 tells us that God gave Daniel and his friends knowledge, skill, and wisdom in every branch of learning, and when the king examined them, they were found to be 10 times better than all the magicians and enchanters in his entire kingdom. 10 times better, not slightly more competent, not roughly equal. 10 times. Daniel did not use his faith as a reason to do less. He used it as the fuel to do more. In a system that was trying to assimilate him, his excellence became the thing that kept him distinct. Nobody can ignore someone who consistently outperforms at that level. The king did not keep Daniel close because he liked his religion. He kept Daniel close because Daniel was simply the best person in the room. Your godly wisdom is not meant to make you weird in your environment. It is meant to make you undeniably excellent in it. Principle 3. When you cannot solve the problem, go to the source of all wisdom. In Daniel chapter 2, the king demanded that his wise men not only interpret his dream, but tell him what the dream was, without being told. It was an impossible demand. Every other wise man in Babylon panicked. Daniel did not. Daniel 2 verse 17 to 18 says he went to his house and made the matter known to his 3 friends so that they could seek mercy from the God of heaven concerning this mystery. He called a prayer meeting, not a strategy session, not a crisis response team, a prayer meeting, and the answer came. Daniel's wisdom was not that he was smarter than everyone else. His wisdom was that he knew the difference between what his mind could handle and what only God could reveal. The wisest people in any room are not the ones with the most answers. They are the ones who know quickly when to stop relying on themselves and go to the source. God did not give Daniel intelligence as a replacement for dependence. He gave him intelligence that was powered by it. Principle 4. Give credit where credit actually belongs. When Daniel stood before the king with the dream and its interpretation, he could have taken the moment. He was standing in the most powerful throne room in the world. The king was waiting. The room was watching, and Daniel said in Daniel 2, verse 27 to 28, "No wise men, enchanters, magicians, or astrologers can show to the king the mystery that the king has asked. But there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries. There is a God in heaven." Daniel did not use the moment to establish his reputation. He used it to establish God's, and here is what that produced. The king fell on his face before Daniel, promoted him, and gave him authority over the entire province of Babylon. The person who gives God the credit ends up with more influence than the person who takes it. This is one of the most counterintuitive principles in the book of Daniel. Humility in the moment of success is not weakness. It is the very thing that secures the next level of authority. Principle 5. Your integrity is your longevity. Daniel 6 verse 3 says that Daniel distinguished himself above all the other administrators and satraps because an excellent spirit was in him. And the king planned to set him over the whole realm. His enemies tried to find a charge against him in his work and could find nothing because he was faithful and no error or fault was found in him. Think about that. His enemies investigated his entire career, looking for something, anything, they could use against him, and they found nothing. The only way to bring Daniel down was to make what he did for God illegal. That is the standard Daniel set. When the decree came that made prayer punishable by death, Daniel 6 verse 10 says he went home and prayed 3 times a day just as he had always done. Not as a protest, not as a display, just as he had always done. His integrity was not a performance for pressure situations. It was simply who he was when nobody was watching, now visible to everyone. So let us bring this together. Settle your convictions before the pressure arrives. Let your excellence speak for your faith. Know when to stop relying on yourself and pray. Give God the credit in your moments of success. And let your integrity be so consistent that your enemies can find nothing to use against you. Daniel did not change Babylon. But Babylon was never the same after Daniel. You are not called to become your environment. You are called to shape it. And the wisdom God placed in you is the most powerful thing in any room you will ever walk into. Comment below, "I will not defile myself," if Daniel's story spoke to something in your life today. Share this with someone who is trying to stay faithful in a system that is working against them. And stay connected to Mount Zion Bible Walk for teachings that help you walk in the wisdom God gave you. Colossians 4 verse 5 says, "Walk in wisdom toward those who are outside, making the best use of the time. The time is now. Walk in it."